Good evening, everyone, and welcome to season number 2 of Dogs Racing League. Man, it feels good to be back. I am your host, Mitch Hobbs, Benjamin A. White, league owner, having some computer issues as I accidentally have the stream unmuted. Sorry about that. That was a terrible echo. Yeah, but we're here. Myself, Benjamin A. White, league owner. We may see him in the booth. Not too sure yet. He's been struggling with some computer issues and probably going to be doing in-race admin anyway. But as we see Christopher Wiles start to take the track, we are here in Las Vegas. Going to be a beautiful day for racing. Really excited to see how it's going to turn out. I know rumor has had it. This track has had some multi-groove actions. Multi-groove actions. Wow, words. It has had some multi-groove racing. Not really sure why, as Christopher Weil might be cheesing his tires right here, but we're not going to talk about it. How about some drivers doing laps right now? Dane Cruz out in 1 and 2. Believe just set his first timed lap, top of the board so far. As that number 46 ppm Ford, I'm going to drive it down hard into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like it should be a good lap time for Dane. Not sure if there's any improvement as he's going to wreck it into 1, but on point so far, the 08 Dylan Basin in the Podium Esports number 08. Up by, wow, 4/10,000ths? Oh, not for long. Huge lap by Bason's going to move him out to the top of the board. Nick Miller on his first lap. Might be his only lap. He is pulling off. He's going to get P2. P number 3. Mark Frimpong showing up as a 10. Custom numbers are on. He's the 53. Let's go back to that number 41. Not on track. Don't see him on the timing board, so he might be going out for a run later. Let's see if we can catch someone on a flying lap. 87, no for Basin. I think I hear someone going. Yep, Ryan Kendrick in that number 13 Proximity Toyota. I believe taking his first timed lap. Got a little gyro cam. Let's see what he sees. Look like a solid lap time from Kendrick. Not going to put him high up, though. About 3/10 off. Down in that 16th position. Proximity teammate Connor Brandon down there as well. Looks like Wheel maybe on a flying lap as well. We'll see if Kendrick here improves. With about a minute left in the session. Slight freeze right there. Apologies about that. Should have just fixed it. Kendrick going to jump up to the 10th position. 41 of Christopher Weil going to jump up to 11th. Besides that, not much change. I believe 22 qualifiers so far. The two not on screen. Cole Williams, your Daytona winner in 21st. And Latham Joyner in 22nd. We're going to go over grid in just a moment, but first, how about we show you guys your points coming into today's race. So what you guys missed last week at Daytona, Cole Williams was victorious after a large wreck on the final lap. Left him and teammate Bridger Olson to come home 1-2. Christopher Weil, I believe, picked up the 3rd position. He got 45 points, so he's 2nd in points. Keelan Belgia, Aaron Brown, Mark Frimpong, Dylan Medicus, wow, that was terrible. Joe Berge, Carson Poindexter, and Dane Cruz, your top 10 in points. Apologies once again that we were unable to broadcast last week. Unfortunately, some stuff came up. You see me 14 in points. Unable to broadcast, but was able to join last second and make the race. And yeah, we kind of stayed up front, had a good day. But probably the one and only race I'll have all season, so I made it count. At least I like to think that. But, so we head up to the grid. Dylan Basin going to be your pole sitter. If I can find grid. There it is. Dylan Basin, the 0-8 going to be on pole. Nick Miller in position number 2. Mark Frimpong, JJ Hill starting 3rd and 4th. Good start for that number 54. I know he's got high hopes for today. Hopefully he can bring that Toyota to a good finish. Tyler Connors, great starting spot for him in the 5th spot. And Dominic Howe, Real Sim Racing winner last night in the Sim TV number 86. We'll see if he can do it again once again tonight. Dane Cruz, AJ Bain. AJ Bain, definitely a sleeper pick for the win here today. He is really good in these beat cars, and he can wheel it. So we'll see if he can get himself out front. Cole Woody, Ryan Kendrick going to round out your top 10. Christopher Weil, Hunter Rupp, Casey Drake, Michael Rosero, Corey Hartz, Cole Williams, Andy McDowell, Kevin White, Harry Grindell, Connor Brannon, Henry Tabor, Latham Joyner, Liam Sheen, William Schmidt, Corey Long, Trey Shuttlesworth, Bridger Olson, Aaron Brown, Keelan Belshot, Darius Rezadadgar, and Jackson Menshew in the final position. I believe we are rolling on the grid. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I want to see how this plays out. Night race, so definitely going to be a little cooler. I'd imagine that not going to be as multi-groove as we hoped, but I think that preferred line is going to be that middle line with how much they're having to lift. And man, 1 and 2, right where Dylan Basin is extremely bumpy. So we are going to have to watch out for that here today. Ticker not yet updated as some cars may have blinked across the line. Notable names towards the rear. Liam Sheen, another one in the Sim TV army. He's going to be one to watch. Latham Joyner as well. Aggressive but mad fast. I would not be surprised if we see him towards the front. How about last week's winner, Cole Williams? Good on these 1.5 miles. I think we can see him up there. Casey Drake, Connor Brandon, Micah Restero, all guys to watch, as there are a lot of really good drivers today. It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure. But as the pace car is going to pull off turn number 4, the field's going to be in the hands of Dylan Basin, as we are green once again in Dogs Racing lead. Green of Vegas. Let's see what happens. Wow, 3 wide towards the back. Must have been a really big stack up, but that 0-8 going to make a good dive into turn number 1. The 53 of Mark Frimpong already going for that second position. Oh, wreck in the back. I see the 86 around up towards the front. Dane Cruz hard into the inside wall. One car spinning towards the back. Could not catch who that was. We're going to have to go back and see. It looks like another PPM car, possibly. But man, Dominic Howe, a hopeful, really was looking for a good finish here today, and he is going to be at the back with damage early on. Let's go back, see if we can get a replay. You see, wow, he just loses it. Out of nowhere, Christopher Weil pushes that number 46 straight into the wreck. I don't know if he hit the bumps or... That is a weird wreck from someone as experienced as Dominic Howe. Let's try to see... I don't know, man. Let's see what happened on board of that number 10. See if with that 86. Wow, he's losing it in the center of the corner. Those bumps on the bottom. And there goes the 46 hard in the inside wall. He's going to get rear in that 46. I think Dane Cruz might be done for the day. Let's look back, see who that other car was that wrecked. Looking towards the back. Not going to be that 18. I'm trying to look for that other. Oh, there it is. The 38 going to be the other car around. Let's look back here in the pack. As we are, it's going to be a little choppy today. We're trying to help out with calling cautions because, unfortunately, Dog's having some technical issues. But let's see. That 92 off to a big start. Latham Joyner, Liam Sheen as well. They are 3 by 3. And, oh, they're 4 wide into 1. Oh, the 38 gets loose. That's what's going to be. But unfortunate for Kevin White. Looks like he's not going to have a lot of damage, which should help him out quite a bit. But I believe that number 08 of Dylan Basin, as we're trying to get Nick Miller to the stream right now so he can make calls. But yeah, 2 cars around in turn number 1. It's got to be hot and slick, of course. But yeah, Dane Cruz looks like he is out of the race off track. He got some major engine damage from that. Look back at the 86 of Dominic Howe. More or less okay, so I think we can still see him back there with William Schmidt in that number 79. And the 38 of Kevin White. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. 22nd. So yeah, Kevin's still in this. No harm, no foul, but hopefully they don't go 4 wide on the start like that. That was, wow, I'm surprised to see that, especially here at Las Vegas. Very tight track off the corners. As Nick Miller catching back up. I believe he was in the back looking at the replays. Well, off to quite a wonderful start. That's your weight of Dylan Basin still going to be your leader. That Ream car was not Nick Miller. Nick Miller's in second. I saw a Ream car in the back, and I'm used to seeing him. I believe that was the 95 of Darius Rezadadgar. But big movers early on. AJ Bain up to that 5th spot. Ryan Kendrick up to 7th. Pace car off turn number 4. Green flags back out. Dylan Basin is going to lead us back to green. Basin with a really good start. Mark Frimpong going to clear that number 9 for the 2nd position. More battling back by the 8 of AJ Bain. Tyler Connors in that SPM number 44 way up the track. He is falling back fast. Oh, into the wall goes the 44. Everyone's scattering around him as I think he just got a little too far up. Is that right side of the 44 already scraped up? He's going to settle himself back around the 20th position. But back towards the front, Dylan Basin pulling away. As, let's see, first time. Interested to see what lines these guys are going to take. Still going down to the bottom. Nick Miller running a little further up. Christopher Weil as well. Cole Woody in that 7th position. Having a good run so far. How about AJ Bain under pressure? There goes Nick Miller. Huge dive bomb into turn number 3. Going to clear the 53 of Mark Frimpong easily as AJ Bain works himself up to the 4th position around JJ Hill. That AC Delco car up, what, 4 spots so far? He is on rails into that 4th position. We're going to see what Nick Miller can do here in 1 and 2. He can start running down that podium car of Dylan Basin. AJ Bain again looking for another spot. Can't get it. See more action back by the 21 of Cole Woody. JJ Hill falling fast. Dylan Basin running the 3rd line here in 3 and 4, and he lost quite a bit of time. He said he was going to try it as AJ Bain might have blinked out. Oh my god. I'm seeing it in Discord right now. AJ Bain lost power. Not from the 4th position. That is really, really unfortunate for AJ Bain as he had a good start going so far. Dylan Basin not going to venture up to that high side like he did last time. Learned his lesson quite well. Definitely a few big movers. I see Liam Sheen already up into that top 10. It's a nice wide angle here into turn number 1. Nick about 2/10 back entering the corner as that 34 Sim TV car still blowing by people on the outside. Let's go back and look. Yes. You see that number 34 utilizing the second lane in 1 and 2. Now a really good run to 3 and 4. He's probably going to try to make a move on JJ Hill, who seems to be falling fast early on. There he goes. Liam Sheen already up to the 7th position. As, man, we saw him in the back really not too long ago. Christopher Weil in 6th, and Cole Woody, top 5 so far for him. Good run going for that number 21. Know he loves Vegas. Almost won a truck race here on Redline last week. But it went to fuel strategy, and the man who took it home, the driver 2 spots in front of him, Mark Frimpong, the fuel-saving king, played the race right and came out on top. But Dylan Basin still holding a steady gap over that number 9, and Nick Miller, not much he can do yet, as we're more or less single file throughout the field. Let's see, going for position, that number 70 of Harry Grindell back by the 15th position. Battle for 15th and battle up ahead, Latham Joyner. Said he was aggressive, but he is fast. Already up just outside that top 10, getting by the number 053 of Hunter Rupp. Latham, another driver, really good on these mile-and-a-half tracks, and a pretty solid racer in the B car. So I would not be surprised if we see him towards the front, cutting through the field just behind Liam Sheen. Andy McDowell going to make a move. I see further up the 21 of Cole Woody looking to the inside. Dylan Basin once again trying the high line. Don't think he lost as much as last time, but can't really get a good run off the corner, which is quite surprising. But he's going to maintain about a 2.5 to 3/10 gap. And again, going to maintain the lead. Definitely got to watch out for cars hitting the wall towards the back. Could cause an incident. You want to keep the right side of this car clean. As again, more jostling back around. Mark Frimpong in the 3rd position. Ryan Kendrick was trying that top line. Cole Woody unable to get 4th. He's now falling back into the crutches of Christopher Weil and Liam Sheen. Oh, I saw some smoke up in front. Don't believe it was a wreck. Might have been someone blinking. But looking further back, the 41 of Christopher Weil going to try to make a move underneath the 21. No, he's not. Aaron Brown, someone in that 54 in the wall and way out of shape. Not JJ Hill. I believe that was the... not the 18. Who was that? I believe that was Aaron Brown. Not sure what number he is. We're going to try to find him. I apologize for taking a bit on that. Aaron Brown in the 24. Yes, that is that number 54 of Aaron Brown. Just scraped that wall towards the back. No harm, no foul. AJ Bain finally back on track after losing power. Is going to keep his car down on the apron. Really sucks for AJ up in that 5th spot. Loses power. Nothing he can do. He is now going to be, I believe, 6 laps behind. No 7. So tough break for AJ, but, you know, if we get some cautions, he can probably get some waves, and he'll find his way back towards the front. That is my hope. Still running different line. Oh, Liam Sheen hard in the wall. Oh, there he goes, down to the bottom. Liam Sheen, Rosero, and the 54 at JJ Hill. And that is going to bring out our second caution delay. Oh my God, someone's flying. I think that was a Sim TV car. I don't know which one. But we're going to see what happened to Liam Sheen and others here on the backstretch. As a huge wreck here on lap number 17 of 80. We're going to get to that number 02 just up in front. Running that higher line through 1 and 2. Got his way all the way up to the 7th position. Oh, he is just too high. Going to smack that wall. Comes down into JJ Hill. JJ Hill and Liam are going to fly. Wow, Liam going to shoot right back up into traffic, and bam! Liam flying off the 44 of Tyler Connors. Corey Long involved. Another SBM car. I thought I saw Keelan Belsha getting major damage from that. Not much that number 34 can do, as, yeah, the wall just shoots him right back out on the track. And, yeah, just too late to react. AJ Bain going to get collected in that as well. And I believe that's going to put an end to his night. Just another awful time for him. How about we go back? Let's ride on board with the number 18, see what he saw coming into that wreck. Wow. Big hit for the 18, goes hard flying in the air. I just don't think any of them expected for that 34 to get shot back onto the track as hard as he did. But that's going to be a rough one for the 18, the 44, and cars involved towards the front like JJ Hill, who had a great run going. That is most likely going to come to an end. Yeah, you see the 54, no front end, the 8 with no hood. That's going to take out a lot of drivers out of this race early on. Only about a fourth of the way through this race, and multiple drivers going to be out of this race. Looks like we're going to be down to about 23 cars. As you see, Corey Long in the 93, major damage. That's going to more or less take him out. A lot of SPM cars in that, that's for sure. But Christopher Weil in that number 41, the other SPM car, still sitting in that third position as the order definitely shaking around. I believe we did see some pit stops as Dylan Basin back to the 12th position. These cars should have stayed out. First car to pit looks like Connor Brandon was just a top off on gas. May have been earlier in the race, but yes, because I believe Dominic Howe as well. But first car off pit road going to be the number 9 of Nick Miller. Dylan Basin, your leader, back in the 12th position. Jackson Menchu, another car on the 55 that took tires. Trey Shuttlesworth as well. Does not look like the 9 took tires. The 08, I believe, did. Just looking at the stop, looks like 6 seconds for the 9, 6 for the 19, and 6 for the 55 as well. But the 08 of Dylan Basin, 14 seconds in the stall. And then back to Latham Joyner, who is hard charging. Looks like him on back. So Corey H. Hartz, Cole Williams, Michael Rosero, and possibly Harry Grindell all have taken a set of tires. Not sure what I think of this call. I don't know if we have tire limits. I'm going to have to double check with Dog on that one. I think if there's no tire limits, I don't see the point of pitting here just for gas. I don't think they can make it to the end, as pulling up our race analysis. 80 laps, 120 miles, pit window. We said about 40 laps. I think you can probably push that longer towards the 50 mark. I think 60 is really stretching it. I don't think these guys are going to be able to go 60 laps on gas, but I could be wrong here. In pit road speed, about 55 miles per hour. Not 100% sure on that, but we took a good guess. Mark Frimpong, though. That number 10 car, or number 53, actually. Currently first, started in the 3rd position, up 2 spots. We saw him running in that top 5 for most of it, so I think that 53 definitely is a good shot at it. Very surprised by the pit calls. A lot of drivers staying out. You see cars cycling toward the front like the number 053, Hunter Rupp, Casey Drake, Connor Brandon, Aaron Brown. Definitely some surprising call, especially Brown, who hit the wall. But, yeah, just finding out 2 sets. But Mark Frimpong going to bring us back to green here at Las Vegas. So Basin used up one of his 2 sets of tires probably expecting this to be a one stop from here. So, yeah. Not a bad move by Basin, but I'm surprised by drivers like Nick Miller who pitted and decided not to take a set. Of course, we're not 100%. Oh, there goes the 54 of Aaron Brown around early on those older tires. That Starburst 54 around early. Not sure what happened. Let's go back and take a look. Started side by side with the number 92. You see Nick Miller and Dylan Basin, both these drivers just at a pit road. I believe that's 08 on fresh tires. Oh, and he's just going to get in the wall, running too hard. Basin going to get some hard contact in that. You see that front end all pushed up. Oh, that's a tough call. I mean, that's what happens when you get sent back in traffic. You can get around drivers on old tires and get yourself in a heap of trouble. We're going to see if that 08 is going to bring it down to pit road. Is that... Yeah, that 08 most likely going to come down here pit road, try to repair that front end. Led the first 18 laps. We have a major caution. And yeah, that's going to be about it. You see most drivers bringing it down pit road. Dominic Al's going to shoot down along with Dylan Basin. A lot of drivers faking it, and they're going to stay out. Cole Williams in the back as well. Not a bad call to come in and get that damage repaired. I believe the 86 has a crinkled front end, but that is from earlier in the race. We're going to take a quick break under yellow as you watch the cars pace around. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back here at Las Vegas. Apologies for the quick break, but we are here once again. See drivers on the apron back there, I believe saving some gas. 87 of Casey Drake, one of them. I don't know what that car is. How about we take a closer look? Picture Max Verstappen on the back of it. Come on, give me a... Rear chase. Supermax car, but painted absolutely terrible. Quite laughable, if I'm being honest, but representing Supermax with a meme picture. A team from another league. Casey bringing that into DRL, and yeah, all those black spots are where stuff is supposed to be, but yeah, template's just a little wrong, but you know, we'll give it to him. It's a high effort scheme, if we're going to put it at that. 53 and Mark Frimpong still pacing us around. I believe we just got the one to go. Kalen Belsha, you see just coming off pit road. And the number 53 going to take it all the way down to the inside wall. everyone, and welcome to the booth. A fellow driver of mine and racer of DRL, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, but we thought we'd pull him up in the booth for the bit. Peter Kenny, driver of the number 19, gonna join us in the booth, do some commentary for us. Obviously not the 19, that's Trace Trottleworth, but Peter, good to have you. What are you expecting for the rest of this race? 25 laps in, fuel strategy?
Well, I mean, it's Las Vegas, so obviously fuel strategy, tires, and these speed cars are pretty tight. They're tire heavy, so I'm expecting a good run. Hopefully, we can get a long green flag run and see some fuel and tire strategy come into play, which would be pretty cool. Obviously, there's some good drivers in here who are that.
Absolutely. Sorry to interrupt you, but the 10 of Mark Frimpong, or the 53, I should say, going to lead us back to green once again here at Las Vegas. 3 wide further back with the number 0. 53, a Hunter up. Latham Joyner on the outside. Connor Brandon as well. All right, Peter, finish up your point. What were you saying?
Yeah, there's some good drivers in here I know who have a pretty good fuel strategy. Mark Frimpong, who's leading the race right now. He's won a few races with me that I've been in with fuel strategy and tire strategy, so he's one to watch out for. Christopher Weil up in second there. He's another driver to watch out for. Latham Joyner and Connor Brandon back in 8th and 9th are also good to watch on fuel strategies. So, I mean, there's a lot of good drivers in here, a lot of talent, so I'm expecting a good race.
Absolutely. That talent being showed is that number 41 going to take a look to the inside of the 53 and Mark Frimpong for the lead. He's going to try to get on that right rear corner panel, side draft down the straightaway and dive it into turn number 3. Frimpong on that higher line, the not preferred line, going to give way to the 41. And Christopher Weil to the point for the first time here today.
Yeah, good run by Christopher Weil in the backstretch. I think Mark Frimpong might be conserving a little bit, I don't know. But Wow got a really good run, and I think he might be up and away with this. Looks like Frimpong is going to stay in line and not try to do anything else. Andy McDowell waiting in the wings there in third. Really lifting the single file pretty much either at the fields and pedals in the back. Double wide. Here comes Frimpong. Might look back to the bottom, and he'll just stay behind that 41 a while.
Ooh, that 9 of Nick Miller sliding off the track just a little bit. Not going to get in that outside wall. Some trouble we've seen all day, but the number 9, I believe the first car to come in and top off on fuel on that lap 18 caution. So I definitely watch out for him. He was running second to Dylan Basin, who is back by the 12th position. I believe fixed up most of that damage. Still see the wrinkle on the right front after that incident with Aaron Brown. Latham Joyner looks like trying to make a move for the 5th position underneath Cole Woody. Micah Restero waiting in the wings, and the 87 of Casey Drake looking to capitalize as well.
Yeah, good move by Latham up into the top, looks like top 5 now. He's another driver who's good on fuel strategy as well. You see they're side by side behind them. That's a 23 Michael Zero. Gonna make a move on Cole Woody, who seems to be dropping some spots here. And they're starting to get stacked up here towards the front. You see 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all under a blanket. Here comes Andy McDowell. He looked to the bottom of Frimpong. He'll just out back in line. Miller goes to his outside as they work their way off of turn 4.
Yeah, we see some proximity racing. We see a proximity racing car now. Latham Joyner going to take it 3 wide to the inside. Not sure what team he's a part of currently. Can't really read the side of his car. But he's now going to try to get below teammate Mark Frimpong, and that's going to make it work. How about Latham? 4 spots in a corner.
Latham Joyner, a really good move through 1 and 2. Let's see if he can execute that as he tries to work in 3 and 4. Eddie McDowell right behind him. Trying to give a little bit of shove down the back straightaway as Latham does clear Mark Frimpong for that 2nd position. Good move by Latham Joyner, showing his speed here at Las Vegas, and looks like the biggest loser at that might have been Andy McDowell, who lost 2 spots in that. So I was going to look back to the bottom of Nick Miller for that 4th spot.
What a run by that number 3 car. Started in the 22nd position, and now he's going to take a shot at the race lead. Here comes Latham Joyner to the inside.
To the bottom he goes. Looks like Weil might have just let him go. Sorry, he had that faster car. New leader at Las Vegas, Latham Joyner. So 5 spots in the last 2 laps. Look at this gaggle of cars back here. This is right around that 3rd position. Look at Michael Rosero going to the bottom. He's trying to flex his muscle and say, hey, I'm up here too. And he'll clear Mark Frimpong for that 3rd spot.
How about another proximity car looking to make it 3 wide? Oh, that's tight. No, there goes the 20 into the inside wall. Hard to the outside wall. I'm going to slide down to the inside. No caution yet, but that 9 car gotten up to that 3rd position, got crossed over, And the 0-8 to Dylan Basin is flying around the outside. He's going to get 3 spots, maybe one more on Nick Miller, as the 9 and the 20 really tight off turn number 2. And the 20 now on pit road. His day is going to be done. But the leader earlier in the race, Dylan Basin, flying around the outside of the number 87. Unsure if he has taken a set of tires, as he was on pit road now twice, but first time for about 16 seconds, which is normally about how long you see 4 tires take. So may have one set fewer than everyone, but trying to put that set to use so far.
Yeah, tire sets are going to be key here. Looks like Dylan Basin, hey, maybe trying to play his cards the right way. He's up 6th right now, even with that damage you mentioned earlier. And you saw Nick Miller and Eddie McDowell in that incident. There may be some words exchanged after this race between those two. I would not be surprised at all, as Latham Joyner's lead has now pulled away to about 7/10, so he's up and away with it. And how about Mike Rosero? A strong run for him so far, up in that 2nd spot. He's somebody who's got a high I rating, but really more of a quiet driver. We don't really talk about here. He's flexing his muscle up to 2nd already, so strong run by him. 36 laps into this race. Now everything's pretty quiet after that incident with Eddie McDowell.
Yeah, Nick Miller and Andy McDowell normally race each other with a lot of respect, as a PPM car on the wall back there. I believe that's Kevin White Jr. As some smoke in 3 and 4. Not sure what that's about. Don't see so many cars drastically off the pace. But I will mention that Latham Joyner, Michael Rosero, Dylan Basin possibly, and Corey H. Hartz all were on pit road for about 15 seconds on that lap 18 caution. So, especially with the kind of pace they have, I would not be surprised if they had already taken their first set of tires. As in the back, you see that 0-8 just getting by the number 41. Especially with damage, I think he is most likely on fresh tires.
No, 08 is flying pretty good. You see he's going to the high side here. Maybe just trying to show how fast he is on the high side, as he's going to be able to make it stick. Wild did catch some ground there, but Wild's Basin, excuse me, is going to be able to pull away into that 4th position. So he's the biggest mover so far after that lap 18 caution, up to 4th or 3rd already, excuse me. So really fast run so far by the 08, but it might be those fresh tires coming into play.
Absolutely. Car on the inside, Keelan Belsha, major damage. He is not going to be a factor. It's 3 wide further back. Let's jump back to that, I believe, the 70 of Harry Grindell making a huge move. Henry Daber in the number 5, as well as Kevin White Jr. This battle for the 10th position. But yeah, it is going to come down to tires and gas, who's going to have them and who is not going to. I think that move by those drivers taking tires, definitely risky, but if we go green for a while, it is going to pay a lot of dividends. Yeah,
Harry Grindell up to the 10th position, getting by that number 5. Not quite sure who that is, but he's going to go back to the bottom now. But Harry Grindell, another driver who really, we don't really talk about. He's pretty quiet. He runs constant top 15, maybe top 10 here and there, but see if he can play his cards right tonight and try to get himself into the top 5 or a win. And it looks like somebody might have gotten the wall back there. I'm not quite sure who that was. This is a wall here. We got
more smoke. Believe it's the 0-8 of Dylan Basin. Had some connection issues earlier in the race. We have seen him blinking from time to time. It's, the 92 of Connor Brandon, fan favorite. Hard in the outside wall off turn number 2. He's been struggling all race, running around that 20th position. William Schmidt as well, running towards the back. But these guys probably saving tires. Maybe see them later in the race, but the 79 did have some damage earlier on. I see a 40-second pit stop, so not sure what's going on there. But yeah, jumping back to the number 5 of Henry Tabor, going to slot inside that number, right behind the number 70 in the 10th position. Going to try another run. Good run. Quiet run so far for him, but both those drivers going for top 10s. Solid so far for them. I'm going to jump up a little further. Battle once again heating up between the 57 of Corey H. Hartz, Christopher Weil, and Mark Frimpong.
Yeah, nice to see Corey H. Hartz up here in the top 5. He might be saving some tires here, as it's a solid run. My bad, my apologies there. It's a solid run by Corey H. Hartz, and he's up to the top 5 or top 4 now already. So good run for him, and Weil has dropped some spots as well. Another driver, but again, it might be tire saving as well.
Yeah, Christopher Weil yet to make a trip onto pit road thus far. I'd imagine these guys are going to have to come down pit road probably just around halfway Actually, we just are past halfway. I'd say we're probably around lap 50 with all the cautions. As estimated fuel, I'd say somewhere to 40, 50 laps, but I don't think these guys want to go too far without getting a set of tires. Towards the front, I see a battle for the lead. Michael Rosero gonna breeze by the three of wow. Latham Joyner may look to try to make a move as a three. A little wiggle off the corner. He's gonna shoot to the inside. Into the grass goes Latham.
Wow.
Wow, tight race in between the 23 and the 3. I'm sure Latham not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, looks
Not.
like you might excuse me there. Looks like they might have been squeezing the grass. Yeah, Latham might have some words for him after the race.
How about we take a look from behind that number 3 of Latham Joyner with our drone cam. See the 23 going to make a slide job. The 3 has to get out of it a little bit. Little loose off 4. Let's see what happens here coming on the front stretch.
Just looks like he ran out of room there.
Yeah. That 23 running that 3 out of room.
Yeah, just tight racing already. I mean, we're halfway. These guys know that it's time to maybe think about what are you going to do with your tires. So I think Michael Rosero might be trying to push it a little bit here. So interesting to see what 3 will do to try to get that.
Yeah, we
think, but you know how aggressive that 3 is.
We saw that number 3 get about a second lead over the 23. Maybe used up his stuff a little more than the 23, but that Whataburger car going to go out to the lead, looking back to P3. Dylan Basin just trailing these guys about 2 seconds, probably trying to save some tires, make a run later, make a run at him later in the run, and then back. Huge battle still for this 4th position. Corey, don't get in the wall. Nick Miller once again almost in the wall. As a huge scrap for the really 4th through 7th positions. Hunter up in 8th. Looking onto this is, Hunter up down pit road. Has not pit yet today. Ooh, that's probably going to be a speeding penalty as he came in quite hot. So interesting to note that is the first driver we have seen who has not made a pit stop yet come down pit road. I believe Peter had to run and do something real quick, so we'll probably have him back on later in the broadcast. Yeah, wow. Here come more cars down pit road. The 41, Christopher Weil. The 53 of Mark Frimpong. More cars. Casey Drake, Trace Shuttlesworth in the back. As let's get up our... where's our pit road? Come on.
Nice to see some guys on pit road here. The fuel strategy come into play. Tire strategy as well. We'll see these guys probably put on 4 fresh your tires, take some Sunoco fuel, and be on their way. See a pit road board there, showing the drivers' times on the pit road. Might be some drivers taking damage repairs as well, so they don't get affected on the racetrack. Mark Frimpong is out already. Christopher Weil is out. Frimpong gets the race off pit road with a solid 14.8. Weil was slightly faster than 14.5, but Frimpong had that pit stall advantage, so they're going to come out of pit road here and complete their green flag pit stop.
Yeah, it looked like that number 53 of Mark Frimpong had a really good entry to pit road, which is always key, and then a good exit as well. So he's going to get the spot on Christopher Weil. Thought I saw him slowing down there for a second. I believe he got just a little loose off the corner. But jumping back up, Nick Miller, driver that is not taking tires, he is still out on the racetrack for the most part. Most drivers that had not made a trip down to pit road have come in. As just looking around, seeing if there's anyone that has not made a trip down to pit road yet.
I'm not quite excited to see when the leaders come down pit road. I'm quite sure when Michael Rosero last pit, you could get me that information. I think he might have been someone who pitted on lap 18, if I'm not mistaken. So
yes, how about we...
longer run.
That is a good point you bring up. Let's bring that up on the bottom. Not that one, but this one. Last on pit road, these drivers 33-28. So I believe they actually came in and topped off later than I expected. I thought most of these drivers came around 15, or no, sorry. Their stint is 34 laps, not the last time they came down pit road. As coincident that it's very close, as we're still looking on that number 9. But I believe these drivers all came around pit road lap 18. We saw everyone else run about 40, 47 laps, mostly because of the caution. So I'd expect to see these guys on pit road probably within the next, I'd say the next 10 or so laps.
Yeah. Yeah, look for them around like lap 63-ish, I'd say, for these leaders, Regular Zero and Latham Joyner. Dylan Basin up in third as well has to pit. His tires are actually 5 laps newer. He's maybe has 5 more laps of fuel, so he might try to stretch it a little bit more, lead some laps, but we'll see how it all comes down around that time. But right now, Mark Rosera's pulled out to a 1.4 second lead over Latham Joyner.
Absolutely.
So run.
I think interesting to note what we heard earlier in the race from Dylan Basin when we talked to him before stream. He said that high line was going to be a viable option. We're seeing drivers like the 23 and the 3 run the middle. But then you guys like Nick Miller way on the top in 1 and 2. It seems to be working for them. So, I mean, you can't doubt it. But
Yeah.
it's good to see an option in lane choices where you normally just see them all freight train on the bottom.
Yeah, that's one of the nice places about Las Vegas. The high side and the low side is not always the preferred line. Maybe on newer tires it might be, but once you get on that long run, that middle line really starts to come to play. You see the 053 right on the bottom. So you see Nick Miller, he's a little bit higher off the corner. So really all about your tires. Look at that, we have Latham Joyner on pit road early.
Yep,
So
there is your second place runner on pit road. Henry Tabor as well. We were just checking in on the 53 to see his progress. He's the first car on fresh tires, so if everything cycles out, he will be your leader, as you're going to see him come flying by the 3 of Latham Joyner. And that is going to be your race for the I believe it's going to be around that number 053. Dylan Basin, the first car to not pit yet. He, of course, ran a little longer than everyone else. But looking back, you see the 41 and 53 have swapped positions. 41 up, going to be in that net second position, and the 53 in the net third position. I believe these guys 1-2 lap fresher tires than 053 of Hunter Rupp, so Rupp may have hit the jackpot here, as we only have about 33 laps to go.
yeah, Hunter Rupp might have played his cards right here. As you just said, his tires could be a lap or 2 fresher. And wow, how about him up to second? So he's trying to maybe claw his way back up there. And he'll be in that next second spot. You see Dylan Basin up there. I'm not quite sure if he's pit yet.
Yeah, Dylan Basin came in earlier in the race to fix damage on lap 24. He pit from the lead. I believe led the first 18 laps and came in top off, I believe, possibly get tires. But another thing about Hunter Rupp, he is ahead of race leader Dylan Basin, as well as now Christopher Weil and Mark Frimpong. Cole Woody going to go past as well. So they are not going to be trapped a lap down, as I see cars sideways in the back. Look like a PPM car, maybe in the 57. Not 57 of Corey H. Hart's.
Maybe the 38 of Kevin White.
Sorry, not a PPM car. It looked like a proximity racing car.
Proximity.
Yeah, not sure. Just missed that barely. But one car was sideways. Right off turn number 2. May have gotten in the wall. I don't think it was the 13 of Kendrick. It was someone up in front of him. But here are the drivers that went a little bit longer. Michael Rosero and Latham Joyner come out together. They are... trying to see where they are compared to Frimpong and Wheel. They're probably a good 20-ish seconds back. So
yeah,
that's
they're pretty far back.
It's going to be a large gap to crawl. But up towards the lead, Cole Williams in that number 32. Quite a good driver. That's actually quite good at tire saving. We've seen him do it on other tracks like Atlanta. He is running down the number 08 of Dylan Basin, who I think we're going to see on pit road here shortly. As Basin trying that high line.
Not quite sure how much longer Basin could go. Probably just a few more. Good driver, good at tire saving. He's right there on Dylan Basin. These two are going to try to be as fast as they can on pit road. Michael Rosero, he's trying to get a lap back to a lap down as CC. He's on fresher tires. He'll scoot by the 32 and scoot by the 08. Different joiner behind him as well. But 08 should be on pit road here momentarily, going off of their fuel and their tire strat. So we'll see.
Yeah, 20 laps to go here. Dylan Basin, the 08, ran a 33.043. Cole Williams about 0.2 faster. And the drivers on fresh tires like Christopher Weil and Hunter Rupp. Yellow flag is out.
Oh,
Wow.
goodness.
I am speechless. They pulled this off. We're going to have to check around the track, see who was involved. I see a car down on the inside. Someone went spinning. Might have been the 18 of Keelan Belsha.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Keelan in the wall. He's going to clip that 38 of Kevin White Jr., and that is going to be enough to bring out the yellow. Dylan Basin, Cole Williams, Jackson Menchu, Ryan Kendrick, Darius Rezadadgar have hit the jackpots. As I think it's hard to not come in and take tires right here, even if you're on fresh ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. You want to be as fast as you can here. I mean, we're in the final 20 after this race, so this is where everybody gets aggressive here. So that caution could not have come at a better time for these guys in the top 6.
I think they stayed out.
Yeah, the guys on fresh
No,
tires
here
might
comes
have stayed
Hunter
out.
Rupp.
Nope.
Yeah, the field's all split up. These guys are way far back just getting on pit road. Oh, no, Frimpong! Hard to the inside wall. Oh, just locked it up coming in there, and he's going to get in the inside wall. I don't think he has too much damage, but wow, that is a tough break for him. As Dylan Basin is all he's going to get out. Oh, I don't know who won that race off. That was really close between Basin and Cole Williams.
I think Williams might have got it.
I don't know.
You just don't see it of Mark Frimpong. You know, he's usually good at this stuff, and he just locked up the brakes and smacked it inside the wall. Hopefully, not too much damage on that 53, but you hate to see that as somebody who's so talented on this level. So hope to see him back up there. He'll lose a few spots.
I think Frimpong doing a smart decision here, and that is staying on pit road and getting that damage done. He's not going to really lose any spots, maybe 3 or 4, but that's not going to be an issue for him. Let's try to see who are the drivers that got caught out by this one. I believe Latham Joyner's team in pit road there, fixing some damage on that left rear of that machine. Corey H. Hart's the first car to be caught a lap down. William Schmidt, Bridger Olson, Henry Tabor, Cole Williams, all stuck a lap down.
Oh boy.
I believe Latham might have been the free pass? Not 100% sure. It's either Latham was on pit road for a hefty amount of time, I think, getting damage done. See Nick Miller on pit road for the first time. I believe actually it's going to be Nick Miller who is the lucky dog. He must have pit and we missed it. Because I see this is his first trip down pit. It says 2 pit road stops so far. I'm going to have to double check later and see if it's 3. He may have been caught a lap down and just pit before this yellow. But it looks like he came down for 4 fresh tires. Yes, that is his 3rd stop. So I believe Nick Miller had come down just before the yellow came out and got screwed over from it. But I think he got the free pass. He's still on the lead lap for my timing and scoring. So, very interesting. But I will say a few cars... I don't think they stayed out. No, these guys all pitted. But Michael Rosero going to be the net leader in that number 23 at the 32. Cole Williams, Dylan Basin in the 08. Just want to double check if he... Oh, wow. So Rosero actually did stay out, but he's got 8 laps on his tires, so not going to be major. I believe only 6 or 7 green flag laps at max. So, interesting. We're going to have to see how he's going to do. But he's going to have that extra set in the bag, as I believe drivers like Dylan Basin are out of tires. So he's 100% hoping it goes green as we're going to take the 1 to go. We're going to see all the drivers up in front getting back on to the lead lap. They all had to stay out, but yeah, unfortunate for them. They're going to be hoping for a quick caution to take their last set of tires.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Michael Rosero right now, he's a guy who could be in a good spot, still has that extra set just in case, but Basin will look to see this thing go all the way. See Ryan Kendrick up in the 4th spot now, Menchu up the 5th. All
Darius
these guys,
Rezadadgar in 6th. I mean, these guys
yeah.
were back half of the field and lucked out on strategy. So,
Yeah, so cards just playing their way here. I mean, it's Las Vegas. You could gamble all you want here. So that's what this city's for.
they put 20 on black and hit big, that's for sure. So we're going to have to see how this is going to go. 16 laps to go. I'm interested. I think it's going to be really, really tough. Is Dylan Basin going to take it 3 wide into turn 1? Is Cole Williams going to get the lead out of this? Or is that number 23 and Michael Rosero going to have enough pace to hold off everyone else?
Yeah, the guys on fresher tires may try to maybe bounce on that 23, take advantage of that. Might not be too much, but here we go. Gonna get ready for the green flag. The green flag to the restart. Green flag is back underway. 16 laps to go. Michael Rosero gets a good jump on the start over Cole Williams and Dylan Basin. We'll see if Basin takes it underneath 32 and a 1.
Saw a big checkup towards the back. I believe the 13 had a blinking issue. Darius Rezadadgar. Oh, Rex in the back. I think that is the 053 of Hunter Rupp, who was just about to say had a terrible restart. Got to the back of the 95. And he's now around in 1 and 2. Let's get a replay. Yeah, really bad checkup on the start. You see the 3 going to have some front end damage. And they're going to be 3 wide. That 53 and Mark Frimpong making up a lot of spots on the start.
What's
wrong with you? Yeah, nothing the 053 can do. They're going to take one more look at that. Yeah, really bad checkup on the start. See where it develops. Yeah, the 95 does not go when they check up in front of him. Let's see what happens here in turn 1 as I missed it the first time. Oh, Frimpong. I didn't even realize Frimpong came up right in front of 053. He gets on the apron, and the 3 is just going to help him around. So, yeah, unfortunate. I believe that 10, or the 053, or not the 053, the 53, a little bit of damage, but it looked like a killer save from him. Let's take a look on board.
Good to see him work the wheel here. Impressive, but I mean, Frimpong, he's an aggressive driver. Just, final 15 laps of this race, and yeah, just maybe too aggressive there.
What a save!
Yeah, poor Hunter Rupp, just the driver who gets unlucky in that. Could have had it saved, but Latham Joyner finished him off. So unfortunate for the 53, excuse me, having such a good run, and it comes to a crashing end right there. Hopefully his damage isn't too bad, and he could salvage something, but you hate to see it for him. Meanwhile, up in the front, Marco Rosero, fortunate there for him that he's able to conserve those tires once again as a quick caution comes out. So that's exactly what he wants to see. Dylan Basin and Cole Williams just want this thing to have a long green flag run so they could pounce in the end on at 23 with their slightly fresher tires. So this is not playing right now to the way of the 08 or the 32. But Michael Rosero right now is feeling lucky here in Las Vegas. See, he's playing his cards right. We'll see if anybody comes down Parrot Road. Would only be for damage repairs only. That's what I'd expect. So, man, this has been an interesting race so far. A lot of gambling, a lot of strategy play, and it all might fall into one of these drivers' arms up here.
Yeah, I believe we're going to put that on a racing incident as, I mean, the 53 just tried to send it up a little bit 4 wide. They made a little contact, and, I mean, that is going hard with 15 laps to go, so not really going to pin that on anyone. But yeah, really interesting development. Alright. See Nick Miller and Andy McDowell having some friendly banter in the Discord right now, talking about the wreck. The 9 earlier, just getting tight and putting that 20 in the wall and ending his race. Nick Miller claiming that Andy was slow. So, I mean, he tried to make an aggressive move 3 wide, and it just did not end good. But, again, just want to highlight some really good days so far. Jackson Menchu started towards the back up here. Yeah, started in that 31st position, the last spot on the grid, up 26 spots, up to 3rd earlier, now currently sitting in the 5th position. Got the 87 of Casey Drake in 8th, started 13 up 5, but we saw him running around by that 15th position. Had a good strategy call. The 95 of Darius Rezadadgar up 22 spots to the 7th position. Another driver that heavily benefited off the strategy call. Got quite a good dent in his rear end from the restart checkup as they're all starting to double up. Aaron Brown in that number 54, up 18 spots. Haven't talked a lot about Trey Shuttlesworth, but he's up 14 in that SPM number 19. A lot of SPM cars hurt earlier in the race in that first big one, but he was able to get through it, and now he is, sitting in a really good position. He's gonna have a solid shot at this, just running outside the top 10.
Yeah, we want to point out he's had a really good run. His, I mean, if I had a dark horse pick, I'd either say it'd be Dadgar or Menchu. They both benefited from that caution earlier, so we'll see if they can try to get up there with fresh tires. But right now, Rosero chooses the high side here. We'll see if that plays any factor as they get ready to take the restart with one to go.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about that move. That's going to hurt drivers like Jackson Menchu and Darius Rezadadgar on the bottom, who really, Jackson especially benefit off that last restart, but may pull someone like the 13 Ryan Kendrick into the mix, as he was running top 5 very early in the race, fell back a little bit, and now up here on strategy. This is here, the 23 going to take us back to green flag racing here at Vegas. 11 to go.
Good restart at 23. He gets a good jump on it. Dylan Payson will come out in 2nd, and Cole Williams files behind him in 3rd. Menchu up to 5th, as Michael Rosero pulls away about maybe 2 car lengths here.
Oh, there goes the 9 of Nick Miller, Casey Drake as well. Latham Joyner hard in the back of the 87. That's going to take off his front end. Man, I saw that coming. The 9 of Nick Miller trying to make an aggressive move 3 wide. Let's go back and take another look. See the 9 starting around that 9th position. I saw him make a dive in the center of the corner. There it is. Go for a hole. Oh, and that 87 going to get tight off into the outside wall. Comes down and clips the 9. Aaron Brown with damage. Latham Joyner nowhere to go. I believe Trey Shuttlesworth got a piece of it as well. How about we go back? Speaking of Trey, let's ride on board of that number 19 and see what he saw in this one.
Add on though, Nick Miller, I mean, that wreck probably got the least amount of damage there. I mean, that really wasn't his fault. He had a good move there, and just unfortunately, the 87 caught the wall right next to him. Here's Trey Shuttlesworth.
Ooh, that's hard front end damage. Yeah, it looked like Trey didn't get too much on the broadcast, but that was a hard hit for that number 19 as he's going to be going on pit road. Yeah, lost the front end. Darius Rezadadgar going to come down as well. I thought he did not get involved, but he may be coming down. There may be damage we may not know about. But we're going to have a restart with about 5 laps to go. I mean, Michael Rosero is surviving, and he's getting good restarts. So I think those slightly older tires may not be an issue here on such a short run. I think Dylan Basin really needed that to go longer.
Yeah, I think it's getting to the point now where Basin really can't do much. I think this could be Rosero's race. Basin has to rely on the restart to get a good one. But, he's obviously not had the greatest restarts here. Michael Rosero's been able to jump out to a good lead, so it's all going to be dependent on the restart here. And if you don't get another caution, I mean, cautions obviously now have been a trend, especially these late race ones. So we'll see here what happens. How aggressive do you want to be? So I think that we could see maybe Ryan Kendrick, as you said earlier, get to the mix of this. Christopher Weil, who's been fast all day, get back up there. So this could be a good battle for the end if we make it green from here.
Yeah, for sure. Just got the camera on the number 79 of William Schmidt up in that 11th position. Haven't talked about him a lot today. He started towards the back, was running towards the back. And after this wreck, up to that 14th position, I mean, he's always a sleeper pick. Schmidt, one of the most consistent drivers I know, along with someone like Carson Poindexter when he doesn't wreck. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of consistency. But the 79, you see damage on the front and rear. But I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's honestly a toss-up at this point because so many drivers have such a good opportunity at this that they are going to be pushing really hard.
Yeah, I mean, with leagues like this, you got a lot of talented drivers up in the top 10. I think you're going to see a lot of people push it really hard. I think we could maybe see Menchu try to push it. Aaron Brown up to 7th. I know he's aggressive late in the race. Corey Tarts up to 9th. Frimpong up to 8th. I wouldn't be surprised to see Frimpong make some aggressive moves. It's all going to be dependent, though, on that 23, on how good of a restart he gets. Because if he pulls away, he could be set sail for the win. So we'll see how this restart goes for Basin. He does have that front end damage you see there. It could be affecting him just a tad bit. So we'll see if that comes down to it. Damage in the rear for Rosario, but I don't think it's going to affect him as he blinks out there. But it's going to be an intense restart. A lot of drivers probably have their heart rates pretty high right now.
That's for sure. Definitely hard to bet against Dylan Basin, such a solid driver, but Micah Rosero proving his worth. How about last week's winner, Cole Williams, up in that 3rd spot? Never can count him out on a mile and a half.
Yeah, Cole Williams, really fast driver. He's made his name in the past few weeks here and winning in a couple leagues, so I think that he could be a really good driver up here to possibly take this one away. And then on this restart, they're going to get the 1 green here. Rosero back to the high side. Is that the good lane choice there? We'll see. This could, like you said before, maybe pull Ryan Kendrick into the mix and Menchu and a couple guys who are on that high side if Rosero gets the jump he wants. So this restart could mean all right here.
That is for sure. I mean, I definitely wouldn't count out guys on the 4th and 5th rows like Mark Frimpong, Corey H. Hartz. This could be wild. We could have a huge wreck, and we may see a driver running 21st coming at the win, but 21st is actually out of the race, so maybe 19th, or not 19th is out of the race too. Okay, I tried. But yeah, there are so many people that are still in this race. Not as much as a plate track, and especially a flat-out track, especially since you have to lift here. But someone may be taking tires earlier, later, or that we haven't picked up on that could get a really good run through the field. We saw how much of effect Latham Joyner had on fresh tires earlier, Mike Rosero as well. Why can't someone else do it?
Yeah, we'll see. Here on this restart, the pace car got to dive itself onto pit road, and we're going to have 5 laps to go on this restart. Just 5 laps to decide who will win here at Las Vegas.
Michael Rosero gonna lead us to the sprint to the finish. Pace car is off. Green flags in the air. Is that 23 with a great launch gonna cut down and take the lead, or keep it, as I should say. Nick
Dylan
Miller.
Mason.
You go
Dylan
for it.
Mason, oh yeah, thank you. Dylan Mason gonna come down into the bottom now. Gonna block 2 and try to see if he can set up a run here on that 23, but he might be too far back. And you can go on what you're gonna say about the 9.
Yeah, we saw 3 wide in the back with Nick Miller. Here comes the number 32 of Cole Williams to the bottom. Dylan Basin trying that high side once again. Not going to work for him. Caution is out towards the back. I believe. Not Trey Shuttlesworth. William Schmidt looks to be involved. That front end is killed on that race car.
And yet another caution here. We'll go back and take a look at what happened. Like, I'm not sure. They're racing pretty clean. Just double line in front. Maybe somebody got the wall. Schmidt,
Oh, there it is. Menchu.
Manchu gets turned and there's nowhere to go for the 79. Unfortunate for William Schmidt. Having a solid top 15 run, maybe going for a top 10. It all comes crumbling down there. Menchu's got a good amount of damage.
Yeah.
His top 10 run comes to an end. So it's unfortunate here. This late race, everybody pushing, and Menchu just got clipped by somebody there 3 wide. Just aggressive moves, showing their hardness here. And this will set us up for a green-white checkered, I think. So this is exactly what Rosero wants to see. He has gone about 15 laps on these tires, but only about 7 of them have been under green. So it's only been for about half a lap. So these tires for Rosero, you could pretty much call them fresh tires at this point. That's just how equal they are. And, you know, his strategy might be the winning one, as it's looking pretty good for him so far.
AC drivers on pit road. Casey Drake still getting damage repairs from the last yellow. Aaron Brown, the cause of the caution. I believe that's going to be I think it's a drive-through under green for that number 54. But he has
Yeah.
quite a bit of damage from this, so he is more or less out of it. I'm interested to see if anyone is on fresher tires than the rest. We're just going to check that last pit. Nick Miller, 5 laps. So he may be on the freshest tires. I mean, we could see him tear through the field. Drivers like Corey H. Hartz and Restero on much older tires. I think Cole Woody, another one of those drivers on fresher ones, but I believe he was involved in one of those last few yellows. Nick Miller as well, but I mean, I think at this point, you know, we expect craziness, but it's going to be up to one of those top 3. They look to be the best 3 cars for now. And Rosero, more or less unbeatable on these last few restarts. And since it's going to be another sprint to the finish, I believe we're going to take a green-white checkered. It's going to push us back to 3 to go once again. Going to go over the scheduled 80 laps.
Yeah. And how about Cole Williams up to second? Now he'll be in command of the inside lane if Rosero chooses the high side. Could he get a better jump than Dylan Basin has been getting? Like Rosero has been going a little bit earlier than everybody's anticipating, so I think if Williams can try to time out where he's going to go, where he's gone these past few restarts, you could maybe try to get an equal start and try to run for that lead and for the win. So, very interesting to see that 32 up to second, Basin back in third, and Wow has shoveled himself up to fourth, and Mark Frimpong is up to sixth, slowly creeping his way up the field.
See him blinking out right now. Hopefully he comes back and doesn't disconnect from the session. Already saw that earlier with AJ Bain running from the 5th spot. Up there's Frimpong. And AJ now, I believe, running 30th, 69 laps down.
Unfortunate for AJ. That really sucked.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was my dark horse pick coming into this, and he had such a good start. And, you know, all that can go away in a flash. But, you know, we'll see him more this season, hopefully towards the front. But, you know, I think a race like this dictates who our drivers at the front is going to be. And I mean, Cole Williams, defending race winner, may win again here today. He can have a solid shot at the championship. Christopher Weil as well. Those are the top 2 in points. Cole
Yeah,
speeds
about
ahead to lead the lap. I'm not sure that's going to be counted, but the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be going back racing once again.
Yeah, what a story it would be to hear Cole Williams sweep the first 2 races of the season. That would be incredible for him. And Weil, also a really solid point stake for him. He's second in points. We can see these two stay 1-2 in points and maybe try to duke it out for a championship coming into the season. But here we go, another restart. It seems like we've done the same stakes here, trying to go for that win. And now only 2 more laps to go here. I'd say my pick right now, I honestly like that 32. I think if you could time the restart here, he could be set sail. But Mark Frimpong, as we mentioned earlier, waiting in the wings, up to 6th already. He's aggressive on these short runs. I expect him to be full send here in this green-white record.
Yeah, that 23, though, going to be really tough to beat on the restart, but a lot of really high-quality drivers that have had great runs so far. Up towards the front late in this one, exactly what you expect. Pace car going to make its way down pit road, and we're going to get ourselves green for the first of 3 green-white checkers. Michael Rosero going to bring us back to green once again here at Las Vegas.
Christopher Weil got a pretty good restart. He'll be side by side with Cole Williams entering 1 and 2, and that is what Rosero wants to see in his mirror. Those 2 side by side behind him. He'll be able to kind of pull away a little bit here. A solid lead for him as they're shuffling around the back 3 wide towards the rear of the field. Still side by side for a second as they work their way down the back into 3. Williams has the edge, but Rosero was set sail.
I think Rosero may have this in the bag. Still about a 4 to 5 car length gap as we're going to take the white flag here at Las Vegas. Can that 32 clear the 41 and make a shot at the lead?
Here comes Williams to the bottom of the 41, trying to take second place away. They've closed a little bit on that 23, but I don't think it's going to be enough down the back straight for the final time from Las Vegas. Edgar to the bottom of the back. He'll make it 3 wide, way back there. But up at the front, Michael Rosero is going to come off of turn number 4. The strategy works, and Michael Rosero, a winner here at Las Vegas.
Winner, winner, wanna burger dinner. Michael Rosero gonna come away with the victory for that number 23 forward team. Great performance by him as Christopher Weil gonna get spun out by Mark Frimpong in the back. I believe he's just trying to check up, but I mean, great job by that number 23. Had a good run. Christopher Weil going to make his way into the second position. Cole Williams third, Dylan Basin fourth, and Mark Frimpong rounding out your top 5. We're going to take a look at the burnout. Then we'll get out your official results. And then get these drivers in here. Do a quick interview before we end off the stream. And then number 23 going to burn it down.
How about it, man? Michael Rosero with a great strategy call, and everything played in his favor, and he comes out a winner at Las Vegas. I mean, it's pretty much a classic Las Vegas finish, strategy calls and all. And that 23 Rutterberger car burns it down in front of the, well, non-existent fans here. But
oh my god! Aaron Brown killed by Dylan Basin trying to do a burnout with his teammate.
you hate to see it. But
54 is still running.
And it looks like Basin might fires a motor. And Rosero continues to burn it down with now a heavy amount of damage. But man, what a race for that 23. Incredible runs all around for some drivers. But another great race at Las Vegas. Cautions did play a factor in the end, but still the finish that the 23 wanted to see. And trying to make use of that rubber, it'll burn it down more. Trying to give these virtual fans a show.
We're going to take a look at the results as the 23 burns it down in the background. We already talked about the top 5, Mike Rosero, Christopher Weil, Colt Williams, Dylan Basin, and Mark Frimpong. Ryan Kendrick going to round out 6th, Nick Miller in the 7th position. Cole Woody, how about that 8th position for him? Corey H. Hart's in 9th, and Bridger Olson, 2nd top 10 finish of the season.
Yeah, good run all around, especially that number 57. And now at 11th to 20th, William Schmidt rounds out in 11th after that late run. Frey Shulsworth comes home 12th, 13th for Darius Edgar, 14th for Henry Tabor, 15th for Jackson Menchu after that late race caution with him in it, 16th for Casey Drake with a lot of damage, 17th for Aaron Brown. Latham Joyner will start up the cars that are laps down. He'll come home 18th. Harry Grindell, 7 laps down in 19th. And Hunter Rupp, his day went bad. He'll come home 20th, 12 laps down.
We're going to go through the rest of the order real quick. Let you look out for your favorite name. And we're going to go on getting that number 23 here into the booth. Michael Rosero, winner here today at Las Vegas. Michael, congratulations.
Well, thank you guys. That was a very good race. We had pretty good strategy. Shout out to Casey Drake for providing me and my teammates with a very great strategy to win this race. And yeah, it's amazing though. So yeah, thank you.
What were your thoughts there with those, those many cautions at the end? What were you thinking, before then, you were on slightly older tires and you saw all those guys with new tires. What are your thoughts? You're in that situation, middle of the race. What were you thinking?
My heart was racing, especially when the caution came out. I pretty much had the race won. And yeah, it was just, my heart was racing pretty fast. And yeah, I just wanted that race to be over. But glad we got the jump on that last restart and got the dub.
Michael Rosero plays the strategy the best and is going to come out as your winner. Any sponsors you want to thank here for today?
I want to thank, shout out to Whataburger in Texas. in my home state. It's the 50th anniversary, so shout out to that. Big shout out to them. Want to thank Talon, my teammates. Uh, yeah, and I think that's it.
Well, Michael, congratulations. Thank you for coming, and hopefully, maybe we'll see you in Victory Lane next week. Gonna pull on position number 2. Christopher Weil comes up just short, could barely get by that number 32, but was unable to round that number 23 down. Christopher, how'd you do it today? Get that number 2 position.
It was a pretty fun race. There was some good strategy in there. Some untimely yellows. I really wish at the end we had gone green more than just yellow after yellow. And then maybe I would have had a chance to get myself up there to get the win. But credit to Rosero. He did exactly what he needed to do, restart after restart, to get the win.
Yeah, good run, Christopher. Those you guys mentioned those caution after caution. If that thing went green all the way, I mean, did you have any other strategies in mind to try to get that win?
No, I think if it went green the whole way, I was in a good position with fuel strategy and tire strategy and everything. So I was hoping that it would go green and that we wouldn't get that yellow with 20 to go. But the way it did put me back a little bit, but I recovered for second place, which I'm pretty happy with.
All right. Well, congratulations on that top 3, a podium for you. Solid run in the points will keep you probably first or second. So congratulations, good run for you, and we'll hope to see you maybe up here next week.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be in the podiums again next week. See you then.
All right, Christopher Weil, I believe back-to-back top 3 finishes. And we're going to pull in our third driver for today. Cole Williams, winner last week and on the podium once again this week. Cole, how'd you do it?
Hey man, it was tough. Of course, this was mainly a strategy to get the track position, but I really just like at the start, I'm just letting these guys go by because it's pretty apparent in these B cars because lead ice car, or I think I just lost my ice car points lead from Aaron Brown, the guy that caused 2 wrecks today, but anyways, I just love these B cars, man. I feel like it's really rewarding when you just sit back, relax, and you just save your tires, and then it's always just like basically throughout the corner you can just go faster, and you gain a couple tenths of time, and you just let those guys go by on the outside, and then they kind of just come back to you within 10 laps, and um, I did that, and then caution come out, and then that's when the strategy was split at about 25 laps in, and then that long green run, I just sat back. Even on tires I started with, I was still catching people at the end that were on tires that were about 15 green laps newer, and I felt like if there was no fuel concerns, I probably could have driven up to the top 5, but of course with green flag stops, I ended up being on the bumper of Dylan for basically, not the effective lead, but the lead of the race at that point. And then, of course, the perfect timed caution came out where I was gonna pit probably within the next 2 laps, and it came out. And then from there, it was just people wrecking at the back, wrecking for last, and I was just trying to, survive. Also up there, it was a good battle with Chris for second. I felt like maybe if I was able to clear and we were just able, I feel like if I was able to clear him, he would have been smart enough just to kind of run behind me, but he's not just going to lift probably. Unless if he wants to, unless he's like a teammate or something, just wants to help me get the win. But if we would have gotten single file, we probably could have got Michael that was leading right there.
Wow, so a lot happened for you in that race, but you still managed to get top 3, and it might be pretty good for you in the points lead. So solid run for you today, just coming up short, but hope to see you maybe get another podium, maybe get another win next week. But congratulations on your run today, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that is going to be a wrap here for today. Really an interesting race. I mean, a lot of twists and turns that we didn't expect, but it ended up, in the end, being a great finish. I am Mitch Hobbs, and
I'm Peter Kenny.
thank you, Peter, for joining us in the booth, and everyone on the
No problem.
broadcast. And we will hopefully see you guys again soon here for more DRL action. Catch you all on the next one.